Why isn't anybody talking about the fact that there are parts of Hawaii that's literally underwater right now? If it wasn't for people posting about it, we probably wouldn't even know what's going on.
I'm in Hawaii. Look at this flooding. Dude, this is unreal. It's a freaking hurricane out here.
They're saying that right now, Hawaii is going through the worst flood that it's ever had in the last 20 years. Look at this shit. You have homes that's underwater. You can see cars here that are underwater. It looks like this whole area is underwater and nobody is speaking about it. Mind you, they're saying that this is about to get worse. They're saying that the whole North Shore is flooded. Roads are closed, which means if it's an emergency, these people are not even able to get out. They're also saying that the Wahiawa Dam is on the verge of going. This is more than just a state of an emergency. People are in danger of losing their lives. They're saying that this came from a relentless series of Kona low storms. And these storms dropped at least 16 inches of rain on this community. Mind you, this all happened within 24 hours. Rescue teams are having problems rescuing these people. They're pulling people from rooftops. There may even be people that might not be able to be rescued. And again, they are not talking about this. We got to spread the word. I'm out.
One of the most seen berries that you've actually never eaten is the cranberry. Most fruits evolved to be sweet so that animals eat them and spread their seeds. But cranberries evolved to do the opposite. Fresh cranberries have a pH of about 2.3. That's as acidic as lemon juice. For thousands of years, Native Americans were really the only ones who figured out how to use them, mashing them into something called pemmican with dried meat and fat so that they'd survive the winter. But most people didn't actually want to eat raw cranberries. So in 1930, cranberry growers formed a cooperative called Ocean Spray, and they spent the next century sweetening them into something that people would actually buy. We really only eat them because we drown out their defense mechanism in sweetness, which is pretty insane.
So you mean to tell me your uncle, your dad, your sister, brother, whoever you're telling me that is a mechanic can repair this shit?
That's not how my tire looked when I brought my car in here.
No, absolutely. How else would the tire look when it came into the shop?
I know. It wasn't like that before.
All right, you know what? What I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you just take you and your tire and get it out my shop because I'm not gonna deal with you and your attitude. All right, Karen?
Processed foods.
Okay.
All processed foods.
Explain what processed foods.
Processed foods is anything that have an adjective and a preservative on it. If you look at it and it's more, and look, since it's people that's trying to go in slowly, if it have more than 2 ingredients on the bag, right, and if it have any adjectives or preservatives or natural flavorings, don't eat it. If it say natural flavors, don't eat it. Come from a bug anyway. All right, so processed foods. Try to choose whole
I was thinking
food.
processed food was like fast foods, processed food, or
Yeah,
chips.
well, no. So that's a chip in fast food is called ultra processed foods. We haven't even talked about ultra processed.
All right, let's
foods.
just start with ultra processed because processed is too much. It's too wide of a net. Okay, so first, let's go with ultra processed.
Well, can I explain something real quick?
Yeah.
You go to the store, you buy an apple.
Yep.
Unprocessed. You go to the store and you buy applesauce. Processed. Simple. Applesauce. Applesauce have apples in it. Then they add cinnamon to it, and they add sugar and high fructose corn syrup. Applesauce.
Yep.
But why you just can't go to the store and buy 7 pounds of apple, go to the house, blend them up yourself, and add your own cinnamon to them, and add your own maple syrup, which is going to taste the exact same. It just don't have the additives and preservatives like they added in the applesauce at the store.
That's good.
See that?
Okay.
That's a processed food.
Yep.
A potato chip. Why don't you just go to the store, buy you some sweet potatoes, chop them up in thin pieces, put some olive oil on it, sprinkle some sea salt on it, turn your oven on to 375 or 400 if you want them crispy, pop them in the oven for about 45 minutes to an hour. You got your own potato chip, other than going to the store. And
apparently, this billionaire's son, he exposed Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica Kirk. Allegedly, she had him assassinated for her position of power. In 2028, she is supposedly going to be on the lineup for a VP position, and she purely married Charlie Kirk for power. Honestly, that feels very, very on brand. Very on brand. She seemed very weird about people questioning how he passed away, how it seemed like a setup, how we needed more answers. Because why did that young man risk himself to Mr. Kirk? And I'm not saying whether I thought he was a good or bad person, but that was strange.
Yo, so in the files, one of the weirdest shit ever was there was actually a link and a file showing the Illuminati families and their associates, and this was emailed to Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh my gosh.
Weird. The Illuminati families and their associates, and it has a whole list. I'm gonna read it to you. Ready?
Let me see.
The Astor bloodline, the Bundy bloodline, the Collins bloodline, the DuPont bloodline, the Freeman bloodline, the Kennedy bloodline, the Lee bloodline, the Onassis bloodline, the Reynolds bloodline, and the Rockefeller.
Well, I only know the Rockefeller. Yeah. Those other names on top, never heard before.
There's more. The Krupp bloodline, the McDonald bloodline.
Whoa.
The Council of Foreign Relations, Illuminati, Order of Illuminati, Wise Men.
Hey, I'm gonna show y'all something, man. This shit crazy, right? You know how y'all be going to McDonald's and Wendy's and shit, eating chicken nuggets and chicken sandwiches? Well, I'm gonna show you how they make this shit. Alright. Mechanically separated chicken. Now watch this. This is chicken nuggets and chicken sandwiches and shit, man. That's what they make that shit with. Y'all please share this shit, man. This shit is unhealthy as fuck, man.
They are watering down the gas that you are putting in your car at the gas station, because there is no way that I'm going to go to the gas station and fill my car halfway up, and then a day later, after driving maybe 30-40 minutes to work and back, my car is already down to just a quarter left. There's legitimately no way that they are not watering down the fuel that you were putting in your gas tank, bro. No way. And what gets me more skeptical about this is that somebody happened to mention that it's not even really smelling like gasoline whenever you're filling up your gas tank anymore. And come to think about it, that guy is 100% correct, because I don't smell that gasoline smell whenever I'm filling up my tank at the gas station anymore. Usually, everybody in the world can smell it whenever you whip it out to start filling up your car. Everybody smells it in a 50-mile radius, okay? It smells. And I haven't been smelling that at all. Another thing that I noticed is whenever I'm driving and I'm looking at the gauge that tells me how many miles I have until empty, it's going down like rapid fire. Every 30 seconds, it feels like I'm losing 2 miles, which is impossible, okay? That's not possible whenever I'm driving like 45 miles per hour. I'm going the speed limit. I'm trying to stay off the gas so I can let it last longer, but it's not working, okay? And it doesn't help that it's currently $4.80, $4.90 if you use your credit card for 1 gallon.
Earth's rotation is speeding up. Here's what it means for timekeeping. Interesting. This is making me think of Matthew 24, specifically Matthew 24, verse 22. And unless those days were shortened, no flesh would be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days will be shortened. Now, I'm not saying that's exactly what's happening, but I am saying that something with time is interesting, and these guys want to cover it up somehow. Time is definitely moving differently, much more different than it did in the 90s. Moon phases are different. Animals are acting different. Time is moving different. Just get ready, because Jesus is coming soon.
I don't want to hear what I have to say, but the majority of you are going through an artificial spiritual awakening, one that was created for you, by you, and AI. Now, let's talk about it. See, this app knows what make you tick-tock, and y'all ain't caught up with that yet. See, whenever you start searching things, especially about ascension, they start feeding you all of this ascension stuff. You start seeing Ben Carson and Rashad Jamal and Dr. Umar, things like that. They start feeding you. Then they entertain you with the same spiritual awakening with people like 607 or OB you know, things like that. So you have to be mindful and use a lot of discernment, all right? If you are getting the vast majority of your information about waking up from AI, whether this be Chat GPT, any of those chat bots, you have to be mindful of this because these bots know you.
Now watch closely. You're looking at the man accused of murder in this case. Video from his TikTok page titled "No Hands, No Feet, Shooting 9mm Handgun."
Now to a bizarre story out of Charles County. Police now investigating after a professional cornhole player with no hands and no legs is accused of firing a deadly shot all while driving. We want to get out to our Homa Bash. She is live in La Plata this evening with more details. Homa?
Angie, bizarre to say the least. But before we get any further into this story, I just want to try to answer the question that so many people have right now. How did someone with no arms, no hands manage to fire a gun and allegedly kill someone?
It's early in the investigation, but there is no evidence at this point to suggest anybody else was involved in the shooting, and that he acted alone on this.
Now watch closely. You're looking at the man accused of murder in this case. Video from his TikTok page titled "No Hands, No Feet, Shooting 9mm Handgun." His name is Dayton James Weber, a 27-year-old.
Okay. 210 million people were here in 1492. Do you believe that 12.5 million people were here in what is called the United States? No, because somebody told you there was a vast wasteland. Now, what you do, the scholar Dobbins, what you do is begin to take the church's records and look at how many Native Americans they wiped out. Because, you know, the church, which was busy trying to change us, kept a very definitive record of how successful they were at massacring the indigenous people here. Verrazano, in his diary, very carefully documented the phenotypes of the people here from Central America up through Nova Scotia, where my father's people come from the Ethiopian-looking people in Florida to the light Eskimo-type people in Nova Scotia. So we know what the people look like here. 210.
All right, $20 bill.
Right now.
Boom, $20 bill.
Look at the front of the $20 bill. Who's on the front of the $20 bill?
Andrew Jackson.
Look a little closer.
Jeffrey Epstein. Holy shit.
Epstein on the $20 bill.
Holy shit.
Look, man, pay a fucking attention.
Holy shit.
When you're asking yourself, why does this man know everybody? How is he connected to everybody? All of the most powerful people in the world. How could this happen? Just some finance guy. Boom. There you have it.
That's
now,
Jeffrey Epstein on a $20 bill.
Wake up early, bitch, I gotta get some move. Get some move. In my pockets, I got cheese, I got dough. I got product moving, shipping for the loot.